Hello. Hello, good evening. Hello. Good evening, everyone. How are you today? Hello, who is there? I can't see any names yet, so if you're there, say hello so that I can say hello to you back or greet you. Good evening. Hello, Gift. Good evening. Thank you for joining. How are you today? I hope you've had a good day. If you haven't, well, you will be with this program this evening. Thank you for joining. As you're coming in, don't forget to share this video right now so that other people can join, and do the honors by also inviting your friends. Tagging somebody would be great because they might benefit. Actually, I think that they will benefit from this book review. This book review, as you've seen in the title, The Law of Difference. So please ask other people to join us. You'll be thankful that you joined this evening. So how are you, Lisa? Good evening. Thank you for joining. Who else have we got here? Hi, Grace. How are you? Thank you, Grace. Kulam, how are you? Good evening. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Oh, Gift. It's only going to be for a while. Uncle Sam, I'm sure now you're aware of Uncle Sam, you know what to do. Thank you for joining, Amarachi. How are you? Good evening. Adebono Jo, good evening. Thank you for joining. Thank you, everybody. As you're coming in, please share. We're a bit low on numbers right now, so maybe some people did not get notification. So help them out by inviting them or also sharing on your page. Hi, Jane. Thank you for joining. Thank you all. I appreciate it. So, guys, let me just give you a few notices. Number one, right? You know of YouTube already. Dr. Sunday Adelaja's new YouTube, same YouTube channel is Sunday Adelaja Official. So to go on YouTube, you type in Sunday Adelaja Official. Everything that you see here on Facebook Live is also available on YouTube. Sunday Adelaja Official, you go to the home page and you would find a playlist of all teachings, all various subjects, various titles. Please explore Sunday Adelaja Official on YouTube. Also, if you prefer to read, you will find a lot of Dr. Sunday's writing and articles on Sunday Adelaja blog. So go to sundayadelajablog.com. You will find all his articles on there and other information as well that might be of benefit to you. And as you know, we're doing a book review. Dr. Sunday is an author, so he has many books on Amazon. So go to amazon.com or .co.uk or whatever country you're in. I only know mostly of .com and co, but I'm sure that I know that Amazon has their outlets in other parts of the world. So go to Amazon, and if you're in Africa, you can go to okadabooks.com. And if you're in Africa where you want a hard copy, you can contact Chioma. So we're doing a book review, The Law of Difference. This is going to be a book review with a difference, given that we're reviewing a book that is titled The Law of Difference. Guys, you already know that this is my school time. This is my education time. I have told you time and time again, so I will be learning a lot from other people, those that have read the book, and also the author himself. I'm such a privileged young lady for being here with the author, hearing from the author, the author's mind and what he's written. I'm so excited already to be here right now for this book review. Hello, Mayowa. How are you? How can I not say Mayowa when my name is Mayowa? How can I not say hello to you? Hello, Mayowa. Hello, Vivian. How are you? Thank you for joining. Guys, please start sharing now. Excuse me. Chidinma, good evening. How are you? Thank you for joining. Gift again. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to turn the camera in a minute and you will see the surprise that I have for you. Of course, Dr. Sunday is here. He's doing the review and we have other people as well. So I'm going to turn the camera now. Okay.
Hello, everybody. We are starting this program on book review, and I want to show you the book, the way the book looks. It is already on Amazon. This is one of the greatest books you will ever read. Normally, I don't know which of my books will be the best. Many people always ask me, which one of your books do you recommend? And I always say I don't know, because I think that all of my books are good, and they are so good, I'm satisfied with them. Sorry. I'm so satisfied with all my books, I deleted it.
No, you didn't delete it.
I'm so satisfied with all my books that I don't know which one is better than the other one. I don't know which one is best. But this one is surely one of the best. It's not just one of the best of my books. I think it's one of the best books you will ever come across in your life. I think this is one of the best books you will ever touch in your life. I think this is one of the best books you will ever read in your life. I have two editors that helped me edit this book, and both of them are in North America. One of them is in Canada, and one of them is in the United States. They will be coming back to join us about this book and to give their own comments and their own feelings and impressions about the book. And Kate is here with me because she read it, because I had written it in Russian originally. This book would actually solve a lot of problems. It could solve a lot of problems ethnically, ethnic conflict problems. It could solve problem of individual interaction and relationships. It could solve problems of understanding people, understanding other people. It could solve the problem of family relationship. The book is so unique. In fact, I'm lost for words how to even describe it, because if I begin to talk about it, I could talk about it the whole week. And but I want to talk to people who have read the book, who have seen it, and who have tasted what I'm talking about. And I'm going to be throwing out some questions, some challenges to help them to help you have an understanding of this book. But if you have any possibility of going to the internet, of going to Amazon to order the book even right now, because I think it is still going to be on, I don't know what. Anyway, just go. I think it should be on Kindle. It's not on Kindle, only on paperback. Okay, I think they say it's only on paperback, but we are going to talk to them to make it on Kindle as well, to make it ready. So, but anything you want, just go get the book. Go for it as fast as possible, because this book is just too precious, and we have to have it on Kindle as fast as possible, because this book has to be everywhere. It has to be in every format. What do you think? You've read the book before.
I think that if I would know what I have read in this book earlier, I would avoid many troubles. And I think any person that I knew in my life never applied principles given in this book. So I don't know even in which society we're living. I haven't seen people who apply principles in this book in schools, institutes, or anywhere, or at work. If we would apply these principles, we would be happier. All the interactions would be just so enjoyable. We would be richer as personalities. We would be always energized with just ability to see people around us as God created them, and there wouldn't be so many quarrels in families, because everyone has bad sides of their character or something bad in them. Everybody, no one is perfect. So if you would concentrate on these things, which I used to do all the time, I used to be in depression because of this before, and because of inability to see good things in people and things that are different from good things that are different from what I have. If I would be able to do this, like no one can be in depression if he knows the law of difference. There is no possibility a person to be in depression.
And there will be what do you think about all the conflict, the racial conflict in America that you read about?
It wouldn't be a question at all. It's like when if they would find out what's written in this book, people would just, they would just repent and they would run to God to.
Or even in Nigeria right now, they have all kind of divisions going on. If they would know what is in this book, all that would stop.
Well, I understand that people, they have divisions because they want better life. They think that if they will separate, or they will just save their environment as it is, it will save them. But the reality is that it's not working, and they know it's not working, and but they don't know this law of difference, and they don't know the benefits of this law, and that it has all the solution to them. And it's so simple. You just need to open your eyes. And if people are having, people in this country, they have problems between themselves. It means that these people are blind. Yes. Yeah. So people, if we know that Nigeria is a very rich country, but the most rich thing that Nigeria has is the people and how much different they are.
Diversity. Yeah.
The diversity. So if people would understand that diversity is their richness, not oil, not gold or anything. It's diversity that is richness. The diversity can make us richer. Things would change very fast. I think maybe even 10 years it will be possible.
Well, in this book here, I'm going to show you again. There is a quotation that is put there. And I'm going to read out the quotation for you that will give you a picture or a window into what this book is about. It's from Lewis Carroll. It says, I am not strange, willed. I'm not off, and I'm not crazy. My reality is just different from yours. But what do? No, it's just easy to say that guy's crazy.
Yeah.
He's strange. He's weird.
We just want to put people in the box, We have investigated the world. We understand that the world is just this.
The way we understand it.
The way we investigate it, we understand. Let's say if I'm 35 years old, the world that I understand is that what I could investigate in 35 years, and it's my limitation. And I want to put all people who lived 75 years, who lived in different countries, who lived, in different conditions. I want to put them in my box and say, okay, if you fit in this box, you are normal. If you are not fitting, you are not normal. Like this is crazy.
So I'm not strange. But I want you people to remember how many times you look at people and say, this person is quite strange. I know how many people have looked at my wife and think she's strange, especially when she used to dress the other time, and Julie too. But that's who we are. We are conditioned to condemn. We are conditioned to point accusing fingers. We are conditioned to label people. And we are all guilty of that sometimes. Maybe not all of us quite, but many of us are guilty of that. And sometimes we even do it on the basis of religion, thinking that religion gives us license.
I've been also in this position. I've been in position a lot to condemn other people. And I understand that it was out of low self-esteem, but the fact that I was there, I was thinking that I'm better than other people because I'm believing in God and I know Him, but they don't know. I used to be in this position. This is when I lost all my friends. And another thing is that I thought that I'm better just because I know something in this area, and I didn't notice that other people they know something else in another area, because I was just thinking about what's around me. And I think maybe I was not thinking what's around me, I was thinking what's inside of me, and limited with my world. And I think many people are living like this.
Yeah, and then the way we've been taught is to condemn, or to label, or to take people by names because we don't understand them, or they're different from what we know. So, I am not strange, weird, I'm not even off, not crazy. The only thing is, I'm seeing things differently from the way you see them. My reality is just different from your reality. It is our perceptions of reality that actually makes people to be, us all to behave the way we behave. So that is what this book is about. The law of difference. There are a lot of things that I would like us to talk about in this book today. But we have two people on the line that are going to join us. We have Amarashi, Jerry from Canada, and we have Lisa from Ohio in the United States. So they are people that have, that are familiar with this book, and they, they have read it for sure because they edited the book. So they for sure know what this book is about because, but it's a mind-blowing book. I just feel and I just hope that the whole world will get to read this book. I mean, I just don't know what to tell you to make you get this book. I just don't know what to tell you to make you get it. Let's get the people if they're here. And if they're here, let's hear what they have to say. We will all be here in the program all throughout together. And we are going to be talking, we are going to be exchanging thoughts, and just exchanging our thoughts together, during the whole period of this book. So I'm going to be talking from my own perspective, Kate's going to be talking from our own perspective, and I also want both Amarashi and Lisa to talk from their own perspective about the book. So one of the thoughts that you will see in this book is that I got this from Proverbs, from King Solomon. And what King Solomon says is that the eye of the wise is in his head. And from there, I got to understand that it takes wisdom to see a difference. And when the ability to see a difference is what we call is a manifestation of wisdom. For example, people who don't read, you know why they can't read? If you say, if you write a letter like say father, and then you write mother, and then you write son, somebody who has never read and doesn't know how to read, why is he not able to say mama, papa? That's very easy, right? But it cannot differentiate between the figures or between the letters. So P and A doesn't make any difference. There's no difference. Because you cannot see a difference, you cannot pronounce papa. Because you doesn't see a difference between letters, you cannot pronounce any word.
It seems like with driving the car. You cannot drive the car if you don't understand the difference between pedal.
Yeah.
You cannot.
Or between movements.
Yeah.
Or between stability and focus. And
actually, there was one lady who couldn't drive. I know her. She couldn't understand that when she turns the wheel back, after she turns the car, she has to turn the wheel back, like doing like this and back. She couldn't understand this, so she never learned to drive, just because she didn't see a difference.
Okay, now, somebody is somewhere very noisy there. Who could that be? Okay, what we are going to do is that when you are not talking, you are going to put it on mute. Lisa and Amarachi, when you are not talking, just put it on mute. And when you are ready to talk, then you unmute and talk. Okay? All right, good. Amarachi, you need to put it on mute. You need to put your phone, your Skype on mute. Mute it. And then when you are ready to talk, we are going to invite you. Don't reduce the, I'm not saying reduce the volume or put the volume off, but just mute. There should be a button you have that's called mute. Okay. Now who is going to talk first? Let's Lisa. Lisa, are you there?
I'm here.
Yes, you are one of the people that edited this book, and I want to express my appreciation to you for the work that you did on the book. Now, what will you say about this book, The Law of Difference?
Wow, this book was amazing and timely for me. I remember word number one, just breaking the book down piece by piece and seeing the practicality of it. But I'll speak for me living in America. We're so selfish and it's all about us. So I think one of the things you talked about in the book was also people that become self-absorbed. You're on your way to the psych ward.
Yeah.
And I tried to leave the way you said it because it was so powerful. But just recognizing the difference in others. So many times we have preconceived notions or prejudices that we think we're better or they're better than us. But the reality is God made each and every one of us. So the whole journey of the book is, how do you recognize that in other people and honor that and make other people a priority so you have something to give if you have it and they don't, or vice versa. You have something to gain from them. And, it's a whole mind shift, realizing that, hey, God made that person too. And how do I love them and how do I honor them? It's as simple as saying, complimenting somebody. So many times we're just running from here to there to everywhere, and we don't even acknowledge each other anymore. It's just hustle, bustle, and just taking time to say, hey, your hair looks really nice today. You don't know how you're impacting somebody. You don't know how you're impacting their life just by being kind and, in essence, honoring them. So.
But Lisa, I want to ask a concrete question. What were the emotions that you experienced working on the book for the first time, or reading the book for the first time? Just the sheer emotion, what was happening to you? Because you are writing me, you are all full of, you are everywhere, you are so impressed. So I want to experience that emotion. I want you to share with people, what was happening to you as you began to read this book.
Yes, it was humbling. I mean, it was recognizing who I was or where I was at as a person. So many times we think, oh, we have it all together. But when I began to go through the book and just feel, the reality where I was at. So that's probably what was causing me to react. It was such at a time in my life where I was experiencing some challenges and some difficulties myself, and then just refocusing. So it was a refocusing on others instead of focusing on myself.
Beautiful. Now, there is something that I said in the beginning of this show. I said that this book, for anybody who will ever come across it or read it, that is going to be one of the most important books they've ever read or even come across in their lives. Will you agree to that?
I definitely agree. It's right up there with who am I here. It's because it's going to cause you to take your focus off not just I'm just passing you by and you're somebody, but acknowledging the God in that person, the uniqueness, the difference, and off of editing your book, I made several of those word sway posts, and some of the ones that really stood out was learn to hear the voice of your difference.
Yeah.
So what's unique about you? And then colors of life. We talked about once you stop noticing people, you don't see the colors of life anymore, and you stop living. And that's so true. We can be like the Walking Dead and not even realize it. And that's probably kind of what I was feeling when I began editing. So editing is very much different than just reading. So you're going line by line. It's very in depth. And then going back and reading it again, I still have to keep going back to read it because it's like getting it line by line and then getting the whole concept and then, letting it be a hard issue, not just something I learned or something I read, but letting it impact who you are.
Okay, Lisa, I'm going to let Kate, share some things. What she thought, or what was her first impression, just reading the book for the first time, or even coming across that topic. Have you really, even come across that, talk about that?
Yeah, I remember that there were 2 times where it was 2 times when I was reading your books, when I understood that I don't understand how the world is created.
How the world is supposed to function.
One time is when you said that everything is created out of time, like iPad, chair, napkins. I was shocked. I never thought about this.
That everything is created out of time.
Never thought.
Maybe you were thinking everything is created out of material things.
And I was shocked when how out of time. Okay, I heard about created out of energy.
Energy too, yeah.
But not time. So I was shocked. And another time is when I was reading this book, and there was an explanation about that wisdom is ability to see the difference. And I was like blown away, like how you cannot do anything without ability to see a difference. And I felt like how happened that I missed this in my life. You cannot, whatever you do, you want to get married. You have to understand the difference. You want to sign papers to take loan in the bank. You have to understand the difference. You want to take your children to school. You have to understand the difference. And even in simple things, to put salt or to put sugar in your tea, you need to understand what is the difference. Not only on the level like this is sweet and this is salt, but just what it makes to your organism. Like many people, they suffer. Their health suffer because they don't understand the difference of what they eat. They just understand that it's nice taste, but they don't know the difference. And I understood that I also never appreciated people for the differences they had, because I couldn't notice the difference, and I couldn't notice the importance of difference they have. Like, if I understand that it's important to know the difference between sugar and salt, why I couldn't understand what is the importance of understanding differences of people? And
what about if you don't understand the difference between $1,000 and 1,000 hryvnia? And I say, which one do you pay?
Yeah, I would if it would be like $500 and 1,000 hryvnia, of course I would. If I wouldn't understand difference, I would choose. I think maybe it was
1,000.
Maybe it was closer to me. If I understand that the number.
No, because if you say 1,000 hryvnia and $500, you would think, okay, 1,000 should be bigger.
If I know to count.
If you don't know the difference.
But if I don't know to count, I cannot even select. If I know to count.
If you know how to count, but you don't know
the
values,
value.
in currencies.
Yeah, of course.
You don't know the difference in currencies.
If I don't know the difference in currency, I would select the 1,000 hryvnia. and 1,000 hryvnia is like $30.
Yes, and then you reject $500.
Yes, it would be really stupid. Because I wouldn't sit in the plane of a pilot who doesn't know any difference, in things that he is doing. I wouldn't go to a dentist who doesn't know the differences, and I wouldn't go to surgeon who doesn't know difference, and I wouldn't go to restaurant where the chief cook doesn't know the difference. I understand that the nations are suffering because people don't understand the difference.
But for example, in my country right now, there is a lot of agitation going on, and people don't understand why I'm not responding the way they want me to respond, because they are used to me responding to everything, but sometimes I don't respond, and sometimes I don't do things that they expect. So some people get mad, even who follow me, because they don't know the love difference. They don't know that I am seeing the world totally different from the way they are seeing the world, because I know about the law of difference. To know the law of difference and to actually live by it.
So the reason you have the perspective that you have is because you are following the law of difference.
Difference, yes.
And you are following it for a long time, so
Yes.
it means that you have observed a lot of information.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great. I think this book has to be a basis for even children, maybe to understand.
For everybody to start life.
Yeah, to start life with this, to understand the differences. Because what we are taught when we are children is to do it on automatic. Let's say, you see this, don't touch this. You see this, okay, that's good. And you just know this you touch, this you don't touch, there you go, there you don't go. You don't know why.
This is bad, this is good.
Yeah, you don't know the difference. You cannot choose. And that's why people, they struggle to choose, and they are choosing wrong directions in life, wrong decisions, bad decisions. And school cannot teach us to choose. Maybe if the book would be in the school, it would be like a book about teaching people to make proper choices.
Yeah, that's what it's about. It's a book that will help you to know the power of choice and how to make choices, but also how to value people and their differences. Okay, I'm going to go back now to our friends here, to the editors of the book, and I have Amarashi here, Jerry. Amarashi, can you you can now unmute now you've unmuted it. Can I hear your impression, your feelings, your emotions when you just started reading and going through this book, the first time of reading it? Oh my God, what was happening? What was all the things going on through your emotions?
Hi, Pastor. Hello, everyone.
Thank you. By the way, thank you so very much for doing the work you did on the book.
Oh, thank you, Pastor. For me, it was mind blowing actually. From the first chapter, the first page of the book, I started reading it like my heart was like literally beating. I'm like, oh my God, what am I getting myself into? And as I started to read through the lines of the book, I'm telling you, I think that book shaped my life the way it is right now. That book made me do, almost like a 360 about life and the way I was looking at life, at myself, at people. I was very, it opened my eyes to so many things, and I realized, wow, we are very, 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 very self-absorbed people who are just selfish and buried in our own problems, our own successes, our own world entirely, basically just using a scarf to just cover our faces. Because then that's how we are taught, that's how we grew up, to meet with people who are similar like you, to hang out with people who have similar characters as you, to hang out with, to go to the school with people who have the same, even financial ability. It's just so much similarity in everything everybody's expecting. And that's why even when you were talking about this Nigerian issue, that's why I'm like, a lot of people have issues issues with the way I see it because of the whole agitation, but that my own stand is coming from a place of reading that book, The Law of Difference. I started to realize the beauty in diversity. It was after I read that book, I'm like, Nigeria is beautiful because of her diversity. That was just my conclusion. And I started to see, oh, life is actually beautiful. Like, I started to recognize colors more. I started to, just pause and just look around me and appreciate the beauty of God and everything that He has given unto us. So that book it changed my whole life, I have to say.
What could you believe though that you had actually lived your life without? How can anybody even live their lives without knowing what is in that book?
It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy.
What are some?
This is a book that everybody, from the minute you start reading, like that is one book I recommend, even for parents to start reading to their kids, give their kids to read, because it will help in the way. It helped in the way I looked at myself. At some point, I'm like, there has to be something wrong with me, because the way I see people, the way I see things is very different. But then it makes me seem like, okay, I'm bad or I'm just weird. But then I realized, no. That's the beauty of life. The fact that all of us are different, have different opinions, have different outlook of life, have different ways we look at things. That is the beauty of life in general. It helped me increase my self-esteem. I started to recognize, I have to embrace all of me, all of who I am, because it's me, and I don't have to be any of else but me, and not try to adapt with the style and trends and all of that. Just me and just the beauty that God has just deposited in me, basically.
Now, I asked Lisa this question that I had said in the beginning of the program today, that, I just want to congratulate people who will ever come across this book. We have billions of people on earth, and billions of people will never come across this book. So I said, I just want to congratulate anybody who will even come across it, who will even know this book exists. But if you get to read it, I said that anybody who gets to read this book will think, they will surely say, this is one of the most important books they ever read. What will you say about that?
It is one of the most important books anybody will ever read, because it will solve the problem of ethnicity, of religiosity, of thinking that we are better than people. Like, one thing I learned from that book was that there will always be people that are better than you.
Yeah.
And what you can do is honor them and just allow them to
learn from them.
Learn from them, exactly, because it's like, we're in a world where everybody's, people are trying to outdo the other one person in fashion, and everybody's trying to outdo the other, but you can just never outdo everybody. You just cannot. Maybe in a small circle, yes, but even there's treasures deposited in everybody that have to, we have to give room for it to shine through, so that it made me realize that trying to outdo, yes, competition is good, but in a healthy way, not trying to outdo people, because there will always be somebody more beautiful than you, somebody more wealthier than you, somebody who has more skills and better in some skills than you do. So it's just, I don't know, it was just beautiful. It's just mind blowing, really. And one of the examples I always remember is when he talked about the lady in the red dress. So how we see people, we see people and we go, the chubby lady, with the white skirt and the blue top, or the lady in the red dress with the curly hair, and I'm like, and you are like, no, we shouldn't address people like that. Yes, you recognize the lady in the red dress, but who is she?
Yeah, not you don't just recognize the chubby lady or the skinny lady or the short lady or the fat lady.
Yes, because that is not who they are. You have to actually get to communicate, to sit down and actually talk to them and hear their views about life and just how their life has been, their experiences, their stories, the way they, the way they see life, and that's just really the beauty of life. That's how I'm like, anybody that actually wants to understand what life really is needs to get that book. I feel like anybody who doesn't have that book will not have a full grasp about what life actually is about, because life is about difference. Life is about difference. It's just how it is.
Pastor, there is one book that went all over the world, which is the Law of Attraction, and people were looking for this book to learn this law, just one law, and Law of Attraction is
and it's fake actually. It's not as big and it's not as effective as
not as effective, and in fact it doesn't work.
It's a lie.
In fact, it doesn't work.
I think something to happen.
So I think that if this law of difference will be popularized, I think people will get crazy about getting this book. Like
the world will just become better overnight.
Yes. If people will just be looking for this book like they were looking for all other books, yes, I think it will be, and I think it's possible, because when you read the book is it is so full with good illustrations that sometimes when I used to see before scary movie, after this you could see the picture of this scary movie for weeks and years. In this book there are some illustrations that were shocking, and I see them, I see
like
them.
You are watching movies.
Like I watch this movie, and I see this situation described to me, and I don't want to say all this because I think you need to read the book. I don't want to say the illustration, but it impresses so much and you start understanding. Oh my God! So this is the consequences of not understanding the law of difference. Just so you read just for 2 minutes one story and you start understanding life. Just one story, but it's full with illustrations, and they are collected so in time, such clear and good timing for this illustration. Yes,
every example. But there is something that both Lisa and Jerry spoke about. That is because they took the initiative, the offer to help with this book, to edit. That's the greatest decision they've ever taken. And this reminds me of what Maiwa was talking about last night. And I want you to repeat that, because it is a blessing. They did it for free. They did this for me for free. They just helped me because I needed to release it. And now, at the end of the day, they are discovering that they are the ones who are even more blessed by doing the work for me. Do you people think so? Do you think editing the book was more of a blessing to you, even maybe than the work you did?
Yes, I think so. I think that there's no amount that would have paid for that book would match what I actually got from that book, because, like I said, it changed my whole outlook about life. It changed the way I looked at people and just everything. So even doing it for free, it was like I got the book like on a platter of gold, like basically. And I didn't even have to pay for it. I was like,
it's the amount of money that could have been given. It's like you don't know what you don't know until you do.
Wow.
So you can keep walking in ignorance, but when you run into, it was such an eye-opener, the wisdom and the depth, and I think you did great putting in the stories, and one of the lessons that stick out also about what's main and what's secondary, and how you apply that law to make choices.
Yeah.
How you apply it to make choices, but it's worth its weight in gold. So yes, it was more of a blessing.
Okay, now I'm going to ask Mayowa to talk about. I'm going to show the book now again, and then we have some needs as well today, even now. my team just told me, because I wanted to begin to produce more videos. Some of you have seen my video, DSA philosophy and DSA thoughts. And some people, I mean, in fact, I'm going to show you, I'm going to read out some of the comments that I got. You have the comments, okay, I have them too. That I got from somebody who just watched the DSA philosophy today. You know, somebody from Africa just watched this and she is just blown away. She's a lady from Nigeria, her name is Gift, and this is what she has written here. You have it?
Not yet.
Okay. This is what she has written here about just reading this book, just viewing this video. Okay, she says. Okay, another person said. She's the one. She said, "Please, family, let's keep sharing this recent DSA's thought video to as many people as we probably can. It is just mind-blowing and liberating. I call it the simple therapy and perfect solution to our problem in Nigeria and Africa at large." Then she goes on to say, "I've shared this with all my contacts and the responses have been just liberating. I was almost jumping out of my skin with excitement watching this video." And these are short videos, but you see, and I want to be releasing these kind of videos every week, every day even. But we need people, I mean, our people here are so overwhelmed with work, and the Russians don't speak English, so they have problem with that. So, but I need as many people, we need 25 people, 15 to 25 people who will know how to do video editing. So anybody that knows how to do video editing, your testimony is going to be similar to Abarashi's testimony and Lisa's testimony, because you are going to end up being more blessed editing those videos. I'm talking of video editing or graphic. You know, we need to just write, you know, to do video editing. And you know, please, if you know anybody who will help us do this as a ministry, just helping us, be in our team, you know, we really want to call out to those kind of people.
Yeah, Pastor, because
If you want to help, just write now in the comment. Write in the comment now or in the inbox and say that I would like to help, I would like to edit, I know how to do the graphics, or I know people who can do the graphics. I would like to join the team. You know, not just book editing now, but what we need now is video editing.
Pastor, I think we cannot help you.
Speak louder.
We cannot help you with book editing or video editing. We help ourselves. Because you cannot imagine how we read books. We're reading books just like this. We went through the book, we got one emotion or two emotions, and we think this is it. But when you are going through the book by editing it, or when you are going through by doing video, you cannot imagine, it's mind-blowing. This is when you can say it's mind-blowing, because it changes everything in your mind, because you spend time on concentrating on every word, and it makes, this is what makes difference actually. So we are not helping Pastor even, we help ourselves when we do this. It's mind-blowing. And also when you are going to share these videos, you can tag your friends and say something like, if you know anyone who wants to know it, tag your friends, just write this and tag 5 friends at least, and it will be going like viral, because it's concentrated information, so much packed, structured. It's so easy to understand, it's so easy to remember and apply, because you can see the picture. It's like a roadmap for you to. It's something that you really need to, if you will work on it by editing, yeah.
Hello guys, as I was listening to the ladies, I can just relate to them so much. Out of the 4 people that are reviewing this book, I'm the only one that haven't read the book, but I feel like I know a lot about the book already. But the first thing I really want to talk about is about book editing and doing this for free. Dr. Sunday has taught me a lot of things, but even before I actually met him here in Ukraine, I just thank God for just that mindset to say that I want to edit and edit for free. Because usually, project manager, consultant, I usually have limited time and always want to get paid for everything. I even advise people in their businesses that you have to be paid for things. That's where you show values. That's where people show value, and that's where you value your worth. But I've actually abandoned that belief system now. And especially in this book editing, it does something to you that, you cannot even quantify or even put money in, but you know that your life will change. Jerry said there that her life changed 360 degrees. And also Lisa saying that she was going through difficult times at the time that she read this book and she was editing. The first thing I got from it when I was editing, and the pressure of, somebody's paying me for something, was out of it. So the strong belief that I really want to do this, I really want to give something back, I really want to help, was what I started with. I'm so grateful with that. But from the first page, when I read the book, when I started the editing, my life I just noticed that I started to be more happier because of what I was getting from the book, the content of the book. The book was Life is an Opportunity. Believe me, that changed my life. It was almost like I was in a cloud, and all of a sudden, the light came. I started seeing my world differently. The people around me, work was different. So I was just looking around and just feeling happy that even everyone was saying that, what's going on, Maiwa, what's happening with you? But at the time, I didn't even know that was what was happening. I just thought because I was listening to Dr. Sunday daily, that was it, that was part of the reason, or that was what was happening. But it was only after, and the actions that I started to take, the steps that I started to take in my life, I realized that it was the book. First, being able to accomplish page by page or even chapter by chapter, able to edit it and finish the editing. Even though I was a professional, it's not something I've done before, but it was great. That feeling alone really helped me, helped my self-esteem, it helped my self-worth, and I was doing something that was also going to benefit other people in the future. Because one of the things I had in mind was Dr. Sunday had 300 books, and of those 300 books, they are in Russian language. So there are more people that speak English. So those people need to have access to this information, this knowledge. So that was the biggest thing on my mind then. So I was just already feeling like, oh my God, this is, I'm doing something, I'm contributing my quarters. And it just changed my life. I saw things totally different. I started to love life, love my environment, love everything. Because even in the title alone, if it says life is an opportunity. And you know, with Dr. Sunday's other books, I mean, that book is gone now, is out. But with other books, just like
it's
this
on Amazon too.
And it's also on Amazon. Just like this law of difference, already, this has already, the editors are already talking about how this has changed their life, it's helped them in difficult times. Change your life to 360 degrees. That's a lot. That's like a full circle. And just by going by the title alone, understanding this, that there's value in difference, and knowing that the difference between individuals, between nations, it will stop war, it will stop low self-esteem. So many things that these ladies have talked about, and Dr. Sunday as well talked about. So what I really just want to urge people is that if you can, I know I'm not going to say everybody can do the same thing in terms of, doing this for free or not, availing their time. But if you can, Dr. Sunday has written over 300 books. Just ask for one to edit. Just ask for one. If everyone would ask for one and get the same result, or even a fraction of the result that I got, or Jerry got, or Lisa got, your life will still be better than what it is now. I'm just telling you from experience. And I know now the value of doing things without thinking about the money. I gain a lot more. And I can't believe that I am saying this. I have clients that I used to tell that you have to get money, you have to be paid for your time. I calculate hours and everything for them.
But I have other needs now. I want to bless people with my video.
Yes.
That's what I need to talk about.
Okay. So I just wanted to tell you that as a background. Then, secondly, Dr. Sunday is now putting out a lot of the things that are inside of him, and he's putting it out in like bite sizes for people, so that, because we recognize that not everyone can be online for a whole hour or watch this hour-long videos, and he's taking his time to put it in bite sizes for others, for people that just really want to get into this, to get all the information that they need, and then if this is an area they want to work on, they can then go and watch the longer videos or read a book, or follow up on it. So where are we going? We need people to help us to edit. So he's done these videos. A lot of these videos he's putting out one a day. That's 7 videos a week. So he's constantly recording, and we're shooting him.
And it takes 20 hours.
Yes, and exactly, and it takes 20 hours for one. So we need at least, my estimate of what we need in order to be able to put 7 videos out a week is 20 editors. We need a minimum of 20 editors that are constantly helping us. Yeah, or videographers. So people that can help with video, they can edit the video, they can add text into videos, because that's really important. We want to reach as many people as possible. It's not just doing the videos and putting it out like this. There's some people that don't understand my accent. So when I say certain things, they don't understand. So it will be transcribed, and that transcription will go.
Other people do transcription.
Yes,
Also need
yes. So these videos will be short, 15-20 minutes max, and the words will be written. So we need videographers and editors to help us to do this, to put this together in a way that will reach as many people, that even if somebody is deaf, to transcribe them, even if somebody is deaf, they can just watch the video and read what Dr. Sunday is saying and be able to benefit. This is about other people. This is, coming into this world, I say, it's almost like now, I'm thinking more about other people. I'm thinking about the benefit, and I think this is the way we should be. We are here to live for, not to just live for ourselves, to live for others, and others also live for us, because we serve each other. So if you're out there that you can help with this, you can help as an editor or videographer, please let us know. Write to, and a transcriber. So write to moveagents@gmail.com. That's moveagents@gmail.com, or you can just write it here, or inbox Mayowa Olaya on Facebook. Let us know what you can do, or even in this comment section, then we can
this Facebook as well.
Yeah, or on Facebook Messenger. So if you can do it, so please, or if you know anybody else that you might be interested, let them watch this video, and if they can help, please let them come on board and be part of our team here to do this great job. Dr. Sunday will be doing this every day, recording, and we would be helping to make sure that it goes to as many people as possible. This is our own service to the world and people after us. So please, guys, help.
This is the book we're talking about today, The Law of Difference. You want to say something? I would like to, after Kate speaks, I would like to ask Lisa, what are the moments from this book that she remembers, or examples or illustrations that she would like to talk about, and how has this book contributed to her life after this experience?
I wanted to say that if you want to help with with the video editing, you have a computer, you are familiar with computer, but you are free, but you just don't know where to start and how to do it. Write in the comment that I want to have editing, and we will contact you. And
I don't know how.
Yes, but write that you don't know how to do it. We will make a meeting with you online, and we'll show you.
And give you the skill. We will teach you the skills on how to do this.
Yeah, so you will get the skills, and you will really process these videos, and they will become your really part of you. It's this really helps you, and this is, Pastor, this is actually also applying the law of difference, because you are concentrating on each word, you are concentrating on each phrase, and this is what makes this different for you. It's the law of difference.
And it makes it stick to you.
Yes.
And to be able to make it become part of you, and it makes you to be different.
Yes.
From where you were before and from other people.
So this is what the law of difference does. It makes you to be different.
Yep. Okay, Lisa, I would like to, I don't know if you heard my question. If you did, please, will you try to answer that question? of those questions?
Yeah.
Yes.
I heard you. Thank you. Now, one of the stories that stood out, as I mentioned earlier, secondary, shared a story about a lady who worked a lot and she wanted to take gifts home to her mother. And so at the end of the story was that she ended up staying to work and her mom passed away. So weighing out the choices. And that's one thing that really stood out to me in the book was, you know, you have to prioritize what's really important. The people who are important, not the things.
And no, you got to tell the people because they didn't read the book yet. Why is it? You know, there was a reason why she couldn't go back to see her mom. She had a lot of excuses. Could you explain more about that story?
Yes, she was working and she wanted to work extra to have enough to buy gifts to take home to her mother and her family. So she, you know, in essence had made the choice to stay and work instead of going to travel to visit her mother. And so in the midst of
because she was always postponing it and said, I need to make more money. I need to be able to bring more gifts.
Right.
And then what happened?
And her mother passed away.
And then she began to live in regrets. She missed a lifetime opportunity once and for all because she didn't know the law of difference.
That's right.
I've been also impressed with this story. I've been also impressed with this story a lot because we are usually making wrong decisions. We don't know the difference between things that are valuable and important now. What's important now? Like we are usually chasing what's important for other people, and we don't have any understanding on how to evaluate what's going on in your life now and what's important. We have no understanding of this, and a consequence is regret. And regret, you cannot do anything with this. You will live all your life with regret, because you cannot change someone who passed away. You cannot change this. And it's not knowing of this law, it brings you to losses. Like I said in the beginning, I lost a lot of friends because of not understanding the law of difference. Really good people. I would enjoy to be in their company today, but I couldn't understand the law of difference. I thought I was right and everything around me, everyone is wrong. So I lost friends and I really miss them until now, you know, those people. So I cannot change it. So this is a really impressive story. As I said, the stories are really good in the book.
Lisa, you had mentioned this in the beginning of the book, that the book actually affected you, especially because of what you were going through that time. I would like you to reinstate that or to talk more about that. Reading this book, how has that really affected your life?
So for me personally, a big thing that stood out to me was accepting my gift. You know, so God made each one of us very unique. And it brought about just, I'm 46, so it's like you live all this long time. And, you know, a lot of people, they don't ever accept who they are because you live in a comparative society that says, hey, you need to be like this, you need to be like that to be considered successful. But God made you very unique. And then, so this book was kind of like learning to love who Lisa was. And, you know, the self-acceptance, you know, that I got out of it cannot be replaced. So it's, and in turn, you know.
Wow. You could say that.
You get to love who you are. It's easier. It's easier than others. Like, a lot of times we have a critical eye. And that's another big point in the book is, you look at others and say, hey, they need to change this, change that, but it's really that you need to change how you think about that person. And so that was, you know, in a nutshell, some very important things that stood out in the book for me, and the stories of Coco Chanel, and of course she lived her life she talked about in order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different. And she accepted her difference, and she just took something and made it great because of who she was. That uniqueness that she had, she put on there, and that was where her success was.
I liked that. I liked what Lisa said. it was book about learning who Lisa was. Is exactly, this is like a second part of the book, Who Am I? Because you are learning who you are. You are learning and the side that you never discovered, the good side you never discovered in you, because you never looked at these things as valuable. And another side is, yeah, you're discovering yourself to be egoistic. I think everyone who is reading this book will discover themselves to be egoistic.
That they are egoistic.
Yes, yes. They will discover that they are egoistic, and this discovery is not bad. You are not going to be like, you know...
You're not going to hate yourself.
Yeah.
You're going to actually accept yourself after that. You'll be healed,
Yes,
and then
exactly.
be able to accept yourself.
Yes, you will be able to understand that this is a mistake, that you didn't understand how people are, but this understanding of your inability to see others people's values will now open to you the doors to discover a new world, colorful and full of opportunities. You know, this is the world full of opportunities that are in other people. You know, Pastor, I couldn't before understand how you can accept people who are on the low side of the society.
Everybody is always telling me that.
But I started to understand after this book. Because, for example, one person with a homeless person, like how you can learn from this person, I thought before. How you can learn from this person. But actually, if you communicate with someone, a person like this, because I had experience of communicating with a person like this, and what I found out that this is the person that can be a hero, because the things that this person went through, and this person decided, I will stand whatever happens. So his ability to live without house, but still living, it was a great strength, and I'm not sure I would be having the same strength as if I would go through the things that he went through. So for me, it was such a lesson saying, don't give up. It's like, we know many people, we know Nick Vujicic, and we say, wow, this person is so strong, you know, he's inspiration for me. But you know what, if you see another person next to him who is also doesn't have legs and doesn't have hands, we are not already able to understand that this person is also a lesson to us. Now, because Nick Vujicic is promoted, and because all the world now is praising him, we can see his value. And we are still not able to see a value of the same person, not that promoted, but we can learn from both of them. We can learn from both of them. And it opened for me a possibility to learn from people who are disadvantaged in this world, and not to feel like I am higher. Even if I know I can help this person, I don't feel that I'm higher than this person, because I'm sure I won't be able to stand as this person stands in the condition he is. I know myself.
This is the book we're talking about, The Law of Difference it's called. It's on Amazon, and it's going to be on Okada Books, okadabooks.com. So it's on Amazon.com now. So you could go and get it, and it's on paperback now, but it will be on Kindle as well. So, but this book is going to be absolutely one of the best books, one of the most important books you will ever come across in your whole life. In fact, just the fact that you're hearing that it exists, you are already more fortunate than billions of people. Now, what will Amarachi have to add to that? Amarachi, are you still there?
Yes, Pastor, I'm still here.
Yeah, what will you have to that?
I think the one thing that also stood out for me was I started to understand the era of indifference. I started to understand that indifference is a terrible thing. Even before you started talking about the plague of silence, and I think you even right from that book you gave you put it out there about indifference, because then I remember the one of the illustrations you used of the priest after Hitler came into power, and he was silent on he says I was not a communist. I was silent the socialist team. I was not a social democrat.
Yeah, socialist.
You know,
yeah.
Socialist. Yeah. The union members came. The Jews. He was silent on all of those things when they were attacking, all these different people in Hitler's time. But when they came for him, because he was indifferent towards every other thing around him, towards what was happening around him, there was nobody that could stand with him. Because he just couldn't identify. But then, that doesn't mean you should be quiet about it. If you see evil, speak up about it. So that was in that book I started to learn that indifference is bad, is similar to plague of silence, because then you're seeing things, you're not saying anything about it, you're not pointing it out, you're being quiet and just observing and just waiting to see what will happen. But that's evil, because then difference is where the beauty is, and the indifference is almost like that's darkness, like you're just on your own, not bothered about what's happening in the world. So I think that's like one of the final things that I understood from this book, the fact that we should not be indifferent to things happening around us. One way or another, we should identify with it and speak up about it, or just identify with it and let people know that this is where you stand.
And Adelaja, and I can tell that you actually changed, because before that book, you were not speaking out. You were actually you prefer to be in the background and the back end.
Yes.
But you actually put out every day now you put out something, or you share something, you do something. So is that, could you say, did the book affect you? What are the changes that have been taking place as a result of reading that book?
The changes that have taken place, basically, like you rightly observed, was I started to post more. I started to talk more about things that are happening in Nigeria, because I'm very passionate about Nigeria. Other than that, I started to also speak about like things that are happening in the church. I just started to take my stand on things and not give the impression that, okay, I'm on the fence. I'm not on the fence. I know I have to make a decision and have reasons why I have to pick a side and why I should stick with that side. So based on that, I got the confidence to speak up more. I got the confidence to just walk up to people and just tell them, oh, I love your shoes, or I love your hair. Just compliment them, and just, even if I probably don't want to say anything, just give them just a very beautiful smile, and and they smile back at you. That's enough. It's the fact that people want, especially like when you go to the grocery store and a lot of people are coming through and they're just going by and buying stuff, and they're going through the check-in, and and people just want to know that they're there. People just want to know that, oh, I see you, I recognize you, you're important. You're not a furniture, you're not a chair, you're not a cloth hanging on a hanger or in a store. You're a person, a real person, and I recognize you, I see you, I celebrate you. Even if it's just a smile, people just want to know that, oh, hey, this is something me I'm still struggling with, but then this is the book that is always my reference. And every time I think about it, I'm like, this is what I have to do. Okay, even if I just have to smile, and just say hi, just make a compliment, just something to let people know that, oh, I see you, I recognize you, and you're special.
Since you are passionate about Africa, about Nigeria, what do you think this book would do for Nigeria?
I think, for one, it will eliminate tribalism, the whole issue of this culture, that culture. I don't think there's need for that. If anything, I think it should bring us together, because I always say the beauty of Nigeria is in our diversity. And one thing we made very clear in that book was you should not wage war against people that are different from you, because that's not wisdom, that's foolishness. You shouldn't wage war against people that that are different from you. So it will help us embrace each other and just culture, regardless, even with the religious aspect, the whole idea of denomination and being split in doctrine and all of that. I think the book can eliminate that to the fact that it's one God, it's one kingdom, all of us. It just brings a form of unity and not in a monocultural way, but in the sense that, there's difference here, but that is beautiful. That's where the beauty is in the difference. So I think it will make Nigeria a much better place, and make Nigeria a more peaceful place. And because we have so many other cultures, even from the three main one, we have so many cultures, we start to pull people up, in other cultures to the level where the other three main cultures are, and we realize, we see this culture, we recognize it, we know you exist. It will bring a lot of unity and togetherness. That's what I think.
I also think that on a national level, the book can help remove from the mood of people this negativism, because people...
Just in the nation in general.
Yes, because people, they have economical problems, they have family problems, they have problems everywhere, and they are so much concentrated on what's wrong with everyone. And we know that there is always something wrong with something. Yeah, no one is perfect. But when you are able to concentrate on what is good, it makes you calm. It makes you able to produce more. It makes you happy in the family because you are able to build relationship because you are concentrating on what is good. And so on national level, one group can focus on what is good in another group, and then they will be looking for finding, cooperation, and they will be starting to build something because they will find strength of each other. And so political parties will be able to find, they don't need to become one party because there is a beauty in differences, but diversity, but at the same time they will be able to strengthen each other, and even the competition will be a competition that is building each other, that is helping and pushing each other, it's different level of competition if you are focusing on strength of another person. And ability to see strength and beauty of another person will help you to develop and to grow to this potential. For example, if I am a champion in jumping in Ukraine, and I find out that there is in France another champion that jumps 20 centimeters far upper than me, it means that there is a possibility human can jump like this. So it means I can get there. And so this is a different type of competition that will take the nation up, and it will take the economy up, and all the areas of life it will help to develop. So this is the...
like I said, we are reviewing this book, The Law of Difference. It's on Amazon now, thank God. This is one of the books I've really waited for. There are some of my books that I myself am waiting for them to come out because they have written them. As far as I'm concerned, they are released, but the publishers, they need time. So, this book here is you are going to thank your God. You are going to just be happy that you got this book. I'm going to thank God Almighty that you got it. And so do anything, for anything, get it. It's going to be on now. Kind books maybe next week. It's going to be this week coming. It's going to be on Kindle, but it's already on Kindle now. You can already get it. It's already on Amazon now, but it's just paperback. So, thank you so much, girls. Is there anything you'd like to say before we go? And before you go, I would also like to say anybody that is here that knows how to do video editing or what do you call them, graphics on video graphics, please, we need you. Write something, or you want to learn. If you don't want to learn, we can teach you, but we need hands, people who speak English to help us do this. And for free, to just join our team as volunteers. So, girls, what would you like to say before we let you go? Yes, Lisa.
I was just gonna say, I encourage anybody to take the opportunity. Like, don't be intimidated or scared because you've never done it before. Forget about the money. Like, you're gonna get so much more out of it. Like I said, it's worth its weight in gold. And go for it. Step out and be of service and give back, because many of us are being impacted by what you do every day in DSA. And a little bit of humor. This book itself will open, as you say, your karoka eye.
You're speaking Yoruba. You are speaking Nigerian now.
I'm listening. But it will open your eyes to yourself and to others. This book is so much.
Thank you so much, Lisa. I really appreciate that you came for this program. What would Jerry say to that? What would Marashi say to that?
I would say, I think it's a crime and it's selfish for anybody who has been listening to you for a while to just think it's okay to sit down and not be a part, even when there's opportunity to grow. Like you've offered even the videography skills, I'm starting to think, oh, maybe I want to learn it, But like it's wise that when you see such opportunity and it's for free, why not grab it? Because like every little skill you're able to get, it's important. You don't know where you're going to find yourself tomorrow, and some of these skills we are learning from just doing these things, from volunteering and from service, I believe will one day be important in one aspect of our life or another. So I encourage everybody, please don't sit down and just wait for DSA to just be doing all the giving and you not playing any part. It will be of great service to you, to yourself, and to the world at large if you, offer to help in one way or another and not just be the one doing all the taking and no giving involved. And lastly, I want to say, please get the book. Like, this is not an over-exaggeration. I'm telling you, by the time you pick that book up and you read it, I think you understand where I and Lisa and Katrina are coming from, because it's such an eye-opener. It's very, very important that, we learn all these things so that we can just learn what life is about more and, understand life in general, which I find a lot of people have questions about, and that book will help you answer a lot of questions in your mind about yourself and about people. So thank you so much, Pastor, for the opportunity to edit the book, because it blessed my life beyond more than what I can say.
But I really hope that Amarashi and Aliza, that maybe you will also be experiencing the same kind of satisfaction and joy that I'm experiencing, that God used me to release this book to the world. And I think you too, you should have that same kind of feeling, because God used you girls to release it. Yeah.
Yes, it's part of, it's one of the things too, is that I have my name in history.
And you'll be able to
It's not on paper, but it's there, so that's something.
you'll be able to show your children.
Yes. I've been waiting for the book to come out actually, because I'm like, yes, this one I know I did. So
Okay, thank you so very much, girls. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you like, I'll see you in like 40 minutes time.
Right.
Bye.
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 Okay guys, I am sure that you've benefited from that book review. The book is The Law of Difference. So please get the book. It's available on Amazon in paperback now, and it would be available as a Kindle version soon as well. But if you're in Africa, it will be available on Akada Books shortly, so please be patient with us, but just note it as a book that you must get, The Law of Difference. And as a companion with this book, I would also recommend you get Who Am I and Why Am I Here, and the book about monoculturism. So please get both, all three books. They're on Amazon now. So guys, we'll see you in 40 minutes like Dr. Sunday has said. I will be back tomorrow for another program at 7 p.m. Don't forget, it's 7 p.m. Ukraine time, which is 5 p.m. Nigeria and UK time, and again 9 p.m. Ukraine time, which is 7 p.m. Nigeria and UK time. Guys, thank you so much, especially to Lisa and to Amarachi. We appreciate you so much for your kindness and for your time. Talk people. Oh guys, yeah, Kate was just reminding me that please tag other people. Any video that you see, tag people. Don't just share, write people's name, write their name and write a comment. I want you to see this and write the name so that it would notify them and they will open it and see what you have seen as well. But if you just share it, it's not going to anybody particularly, it's just going to go on your wall. But when you tag people, those people would open. So guys, I'm going to another meeting. I'm sure that you can see there's interruption. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to read all your comments or any of your comments in fact today, but Dr. Sunday will be reading every comment, so no worries about that. We'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye.